someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up.
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and this one features Josh Jacobs. He was unstoppable a week ago with 4 touchdowns. It's the Raiders and the Steelers under the lights on Sunday night.
Now from a field that will host Super Bowl 58 come February, there's a good look inside Allegiant Stadium just off the 15 here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, what a matchup. 2 NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking up. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on spec.
And now off to the races down the right side. Darius Phillips on the loose. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He goes coast to coast from end zone to end zone on the opening kickoff of the game. And the Steelers are on the board first here in Vegas. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
It was another typical season for Jimmy G last year. When he was out there, he was excellent, leading the 49ers to 7 wins and throwing 4 times as many touchdowns as interceptions. Then the injury bug bit again. But Las Vegas, they're counting on him being able to do the exact same thing they saw in San Francisco, but avoiding injury while doing so.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then Charles, he threw one in through the air for good measure.
Yeah, you know you have to account for him in all situations. I mean, we know he can run the heck out of the football. You just noted what he did. But how about him being able to get out of the backfield, catch it, and get into the end zone as well?
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 4. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
It's a gain of 35. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders drive it right down the field to score on their opening drive. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
Pickett didn't quite lead Pittsburgh to the promised land in his first season as the hometown kid and franchise quarterback, but he did impress once he got in the field. Winning 7 games helped keep the vaunted streak of not losing seasons alive into Steel City.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. George Pickens, the intent. Second down. You look at this Raiders defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
4th-round guy, and many thought that's about where he would go. But I think he's got some upside, right?
He can come right in and be what they call a core special teams player, playing all 4 phases of it, and have a chance to work his way into the lineup. I think a year or 2 down the road, they could have a solid starter.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really... Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. DeAndre Carter back deep. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taken right around the 44. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter. That's
now White lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Able to hit his target. It's Mayer. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. That's Myers. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Flush to his right. will take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Carlson on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Pickett back to throw.
Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
The numbers from a week ago for Pickens.
5 catches, 73 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Pickett going to bootleg it. And that one complete downfield to Johnson.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 55 yards.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, here's Hall. Taking it about the 1. Oh, good return up past the 30. Still going. 1 man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Raiders. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Phillips now from the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They run again with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Harris running straight ahead. Down the numbers. There he goes.
Still going inside the 20.
And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 13. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
see that open grass, ends up dropping it. That's a missed opportunity.
Looking to throw, Pickett. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Boswell good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And Hall not going to bring this one out. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with White. Room here to run. There he goes, left side. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 34 yards there and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
The tackle made by Levi Wallace. The Raiders at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing, hard to navigate. They always tough NFL.
23 yards on the play.
Well, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. White. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
They go with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Phillips. He's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Into space at the 45.
And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 45 yards.
It may look routine when you see the finished product, but what a nice job of concentration there. Catching the football on that route and then taking it a nice distance. A great example for an offense of throwing short and running long.
Off play action. Pickett. That's going to be caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Miles Boykin, 30 yards. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm
fantasy
going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play?
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching animals. You're an expert. I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up. 5th place. Okay. That's champ of the
33 yards that time.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Working with 2nd and 5 now. And Garoppolo's going to change the play. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this. It just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as the season moves along.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Tackle made by Montravius Adams.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Garoppolo. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw.
Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. Touchdown. Jacoby Myers from 6 yards away. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So the potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return, Carter.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo, and they lead here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
Pickett sets up play action. He's got this to Pickens.
It's a gain of 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. No run back here for Hall, and this will come out to the 25. The Raiders heading out to take over. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Jacobs going to try the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 87 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Down inside the 40.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Caught on the right side by Adams. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 1st down, here's Mitchell. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Another run with Mitchell. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards and sets him up 1st and goal.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Go ahead.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
One more time with Jacobs. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Here we go, here we go. 21.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by Carlson up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch. And got his man complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field, and in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson with his second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And Hall not going to bring this one out.
Here we go.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Gets it downfield to Mayer. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 35. 102 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. There he goes, right side. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Here we go, here we go.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
What a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball of Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Pickett. He finds his man Johnson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Going across the formation, he finds Fryermuth. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Pickens is there on the crossing route.
That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Play action. Garoppolo.
That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. It's a big play there for Vegas.
42 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front. So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive is going pretty well. I could come right back out.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
So that's CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Pickett.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Pickett, fourth down, desperation time. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On play action, now Garoppolo. To the left side, there's Mayer. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Here we go, here we go.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Garoppolo. Touchdown! Devontae Adams from 10 yards out. And the Raiders are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Phillips now from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Pickett to throw on first down. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw, Pickett. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll throw again with Pickett. And his throw is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here we go. It's Pickett on 4th down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught inside the 5. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Pickett right back to the air again. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Great effort there, laying himself out in the end zone. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 10. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next game.
Just like I hit the